Ramakatha Rasavahini, Prema Sudhamritavahini, Sathya Sanatani Dharma Swarupini, Shanti Pradayini Mokshakarini. Ramakatha Rasavahini, Ramakatha Rasavahini.
Sai Ram, everyone. Just to recollect where we were in our study of the Ramakatha Rasavahini last week. We are in chapter 2 of Ramakatha Rasavahini, where Swami is talking about the lineage of Sri Rama. In this chapter, Swami started with Katwanga King Katwanga Raja, who had a son by the name Dilipa. King Dilipa grew up and was married to Sudakshina, and both of them, after several years, did not have children. So the king went to Vasishtha Maharshi and asked him what he could do, and Vasishtha Maharshi told him that he was cursed by Kamadhenu because he did not respect Kamadhenu at one point in time, and he was asked to serve the celestial cow, and he served. And one day he was, while he was looking after the cow, when it was grazing, a lion approached, and the king was ready to even lay down his life to safeguard Kamadhenu. She was pleased and she blessed the king that he would have a child, and King Dilipa begot a son by the name Raghu. And the Raghu grew up. He was given the name Raghu on the 10th day, and then he grew up. And one day the king felt that he should go to the forest, and he is telling his wife about his desire, and that's where we stopped. So I will ask, I don't know whether Gopalan uncle is there.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram uncle, read. We will read the last slide which we read last week, and then we will move on. Please go ahead.
Sai Ram. On the 10th day, the king invited the Guru and celebrated the rite of naming the newborn Namakaranam. The name Raghu was selected on the basis of the asterism under which he was born. The child gave delight to all by its prattle and play. He was liked by all as a bright and charming youngster. He crossed his teens and became a brave, resolute, efficient helpmate of his father. One night, no one could guess why the king felt so. While conversing with the queen, he said, "Sudakshina, I have achieved many a grand victory. I have succeeded in celebrating many a great ritual sacrifice. I have fought many a grim battle with mighty invaders and triumphed over them all, including even ogres and subhuman titans. We are blessed with a son who is a precious gem. We have nothing more to gain. Let us spend the remainder of our lives in the adoration of God. Raghu is a repository of all virtues. He is fit in all respects to take up the burden of ruling over the empire. Let us entrust the realm to him. We shall retire into the silence of the forest, live on roots and fruits, serve the sages with Shravana, listening to the sacred teachings, Manana, meditating on their inner meanings, and Nididhyasana, practicing the path laid down. We shall not yield for a minute to sloth based on tamasic qualities.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle. So, Sai Ram everyone. So we read this much and discussed, and I think there was a lot of discussion on Vanaprastha last week. Whether it's needed or not, I think that's what we discussed. If anyone would like to discuss any of the points which Swami has brought out here, we can discuss. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next slide. We will move on, Uncle. Please read.
Yeah. So saying, he called the minister to his presence. As soon as it was dawn, he directed that arrangements to be made for the coronation and the marriage of the prince. Full of spirit of renunciation, he asked the queen what her plans were. She shed tears of joy and gratitude and said, what greater good fortune can I gain? I am bound by your order. Proceed with your plans. Her enthusiasm and willing acceptance strengthened the resolution of the emperor. Dilipa called together his ministers, scholars, and sages and communicated to them his intention to celebrate the coronation and marriage of his son. They wholeheartedly agreed, and the two functions were held with great pomp. The father then gave the prince valuable advice on administration, emphasizing the need to promote the study of the Vedas and the fostering of scholars learned in Vedic lore and lay down laws that will promote popular well-being. After this, he moved into the forest with the queen, bent on acquiring the grace of God.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle. Auntie, shall we read the Telugu, please?
Sai Ram. తెల్లవారగనే మంత్రులను పిలిపించి రఘు పట్టాభిషేకమునకు వివాహమునకును తగిన ఏర్పాట్లు గావింతును.
So in the morning, early morning, the king invited the ministers and made arrangements for the coronation of Raghu and his marriage. He made arrangements through the ministers.
ఇందుకు నీ ఉద్దేశమేమి అని తీవ్ర వైరాగ్యమున రాణిని ప్రశ్నింప,
he asked the queen, what is your intention? And he asked the king asked with a lot of detachment.
సుదక్షిణ ఆనంద బాష్పములు రాల్చుచు,
the Sudakshina, the queen, shed tears of joy.
నాత అంతకంటే ఈ దాసికి కావలసినది వేరేమున్నది?
Oh Lord, what else is there? What else is needed by this servant of yours?
మీ ఆజ్ఞకు బద్ధురాలును.
I am bound to your command.
తగిన ఏర్పాట్లు గావింపుడు.
Please make the necessary arrangements.
అని అరణ్యవాసమునకు ఉవ్విళ్ళూరుచున్నట్లు ఆమె ప్రదర్శన దృశ్యము రాజునకు మరింత ఉత్సాహము కలిగించెను.
So thus said the queen, as if she was salivating, she was so eager. And seeing that sight, the king was overjoyed and enthusiastic.
దిలీప మహారాజు మంత్రులను, పండితులను, ఋషులను పిలిపించి,
the king Dilipa invited the ministers, scholars and rishis,
తమ ఉద్దేశమును వారలకు తెలిపి,
letting them know his intention,
రఘువునకు పట్టాభిషేకమును,
for the coronation for Raghu,
తగిన రాజ్య కన్యను చూచి వివాహమును జరిపించి,
finding appropriate
girl,
a princess,
right.
and perform a wedding for him.
రఘువునకు చెప్పవలసిన రాజనీతులను
He explained and taught Raghu all the necessary kingly rules,
వేద పోషణను
the protection or nurturing of Vedas,
ప్రజాక్షేమమునకు తగిన శాసనములను
the laws which are needed for the welfare of the citizens.
అత్యంత ప్రధానముగా తెలిపి
These were told him as the most important.
భగవత్ కటాక్షమునకై రాణి సమేతుడై అరణ్యమును కేగెను.
So for the sake of attaining the divine vision of the Lord, along with the queen, he went to the forest.
Sai Ram.
Thank you. So I'll stop here. Anyone would like to discuss any of the points which is mentioned here? I guess if yes, Auntie, please, you want to say something?
In those days, no study of Vedas and fostering scholars, learned scholars, honoring them and respecting them. That was a rule followed by every king in those days. So Vedas were given a high esteem, and it was very necessary for everyone to study the Vedas. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sai Ram, brother. I don't know if this question is relevant at this point, but I'm just thinking while we are reading, the Vanaprastha, I can understand they are going to serve the sages. Other than that, what did they do in the Vanaprastha stage? So I just wanted to understand, because here also they're saying, okay, now we are going to the forest with the queen for acquiring the God grace, right? So for that, I can see one is serving sages. Anything else they do? And I just wanted to understand a little more. Thank you, Saya.
So it does not necessarily talk about serving the rishis, sister. I don't know where you read this.
I think it was on the previous page, Uncle.
Previous page?
Yes, Uncle. I think the last paragraph.
Okay, sorry, I myself. Here it is.
Serve the sages. Third line, last paragraph, last 3 words. So last paragraph, third line.
Oh, I see. Live on the road, serve the sages who lead.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Sister, you have vision for the previous one.
Previous one is continuing. That's why my thought is coming again. Oh, I thought, okay, I'll ask you later, but because of now leaving to forest, what else they are going to do? That's I'm trying to understand.
Sai Ram, it was mainly for Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, study of the scriptures, understand them, reflect upon them, and then meditating. Mostly these were the these things, thoughts before them. They spent all their time. That was the time for relaxation as well as studying all these things, which they could not do while they were serving the state. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Auntie. Anyone else would like to share?
Yeah, I think.
Thank you, Auntie.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Sai Ram.
I think during Vanaprastha, they use the time for the spiritual practices and the spiritual advancement. That is the purpose of Vanaprastha. That's what I think.
Okay,
I
thank
may
you.
be
very
wrong.
much. Thank you very much, Akka. Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
I just want to comment about this page where they promote the study of Vedas and stuff. I just remember Swami's declaration that he came to do Veda Samrakshana, Vidvat Poshana, and Dharma Stabhana. So just similarities.
Yes. Thank you very much, sister. Yes, Brother Rohit.
I'm Uncle. So I can just read a couple of lines what Swami described what people who are in Vanaprastha do. So maybe that can help answer Auntie's question. So I'll just read this. This is actually from Prashnottar Vahini, chapter 3. So I'll quote Swami here. Swami says, Vanaprastha is a stage in life where one feels that all dualities are temporary. Individuals in this stage relinquish desires and attachments to the world, seeking solitude in forests to achieve the highest state through mantra japam. They lead a life of austerity, consuming uncooked food like fruits, leaves, roots, and tubers in moderation. They seek the company of holy sages, listen to their teachings, and steadily progress towards realizing the Lord until their last breath without dwelling on the past. Sai Ram. Thank you. This is Swami's description of Vanaprastha. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brother. So I think sisters serving the sages is because they are studying with the sages also. So you have to serve them like a student, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to?
Sai Ram,
Yes.
what is the benefit of? I have even read in other, the Swami scriptures too. In Vanaprastha stage, why it has been coded as uncooked food? Mainly maybe the leaves, roots, and tubes. Are there any benefits in eating uncooked food in Vanaprastha stage rather than cooked food? Maybe the even one sector of people, they eat, they some sort of restriction, but especially in Vanaprastha stage, they recommend these, even in the Sita Ramas, the Vana stage, they mostly ate those things instead of cooked food, even though they can cook. So, are there any benefits in having those? Or maybe whatever available at the time they would just eat? Because it could be in several, the nomadic, maybe from one place to another place. That's why they cannot carry with them any utensils or anything. That could be one reason. The another reason, maybe there could be some sort of spiritual benefits, that's why I asked this question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sister. Would anyone like to share your thoughts about what would be the reason for uncooked food, raw food? Yes, Brother Rohit.
Yes, Uncle. Swami has given an answer for that. I can just read that if that's okay. So I'll just read what Swami has said about uncooked food. It's from Summer Showers in 1978. In ancient times, rishis and devotees of God consumed only uncooked food in its natural form. Man is unique in disliking raw food in its natural state, unlike other animals. Animals consume grains, grass, leaves, shoots, and fruits as they are, whereas man alters food through boiling, frying, and mixing, which reduces or destroys its nutritional value. When seeds are fried, they do not sprout, indicating the elimination of the life force. Therefore, Uncooked raw pulses just sprouting are preferable, as are nuts and fruits. The text shares an example of seeds. When seeds are put in the ground along with manure, good trees grow. However, if the same seeds are boiled or cooked and then planted, they will not sprout, because frying or cooking destroys the sattvic life force present in the seeds. Consuming natural, uncooked food promotes longevity among living beings. Cooking food before consumption partly destroys the life force contained within it. Sai Ram. This is what Swami said. Now, obviously, I think the question was why in Vanaprastha, so maybe somebody else can help connect why sattvic food is necessary for Vanaprastha. Sai Ram. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Anyone else would like to comment? Just Ananti, I think that's, I don't think anyone has any comments. I think you partially answered your own questions that, there's generally Vanaprastha people do not carry any containers. You're not supposed to eat on a plate and things like that also. So they don't have any possessions. So cooking may be a bit of a challenge for them, I guess, also, because that will bring additional attachment to vessels, pots, pans, how to carry them, and all that. It just again and again brings back attachment to a city life. I think so. The whole idea is slowly we have to get away from that. I think it also increases renunciation, I think. So I will stop at that.
So in city life, maybe that may be the reason we have introduced the salad with nuts and those things, without cooking. Now, the after Rohit's, the explanation for what would be the benefits for the raw foods and those things. But maybe practically it would be a bit challenging. That's why even in Swami's ashram in Puttaparthi, still they serve cooked food for us, maybe if someone can survive, they can have that. But, it would be a bit challenge, but it's a very nice explanation, because when we cook, maybe the life force, it would be, taken away. Maybe that may be the reason these days a lot of unwanted diseases, we are getting. Thank you so much. It's a very nice explanation from Swami's, the scripture.
Sai Ram.
Yes, uncle.
Even today, there are people who live on raw food. Just want to mention it.
Thank you. Okay, if there's no other comment, maybe we'll proceed to the next slide. Yes, uncle. Uncle, can you read?
Sai Ram. Emperor Raghu ruled the kingdom from that day in accordance with the directives given by the Pandits and with the twin objectives: the happiness of his subjects and the promotion of righteous living. He believed that these two are vital as breath, and he spared no pains in pursuing these ideals and making his ministers too adhere to the path. Though young, he was rich in virtue. However tough a problem happened to be, he grasped it quickly and discovered the means of solving it. He made his subjects happy and contented. Wicked kings were taught severe lessons by him. He won them over by peaceful approaches and clever diplomatic tactics, or by fielding a little army in order to win them over. or openly breaking with them and defeating them on the field of battle. He was engaged in activities that ensured the welfare of the people and promoted the culture enshrined in the Vedas. All classes of people extolled his rule, irrespective of age, economic status, or attainments. They said he was proving himself superior to his father in physical prowess, courage, righteous conduct, and compassion. Everyone said that he brought lasting significance to the name he bore.
Thank you very much, Uncle. Auntie, Mani Auntie, shall we read?
రఘువు నాటి నుండి తండ్రి ఆనతి ప్రకారము పండితుల ఆదేశానుసారము
So, Raghu, as per the instructions of his father, with the advice of the scholars,
ప్రజా సౌకర్యమును ధర్మ సంరక్షణమును తన ఉచ్ఛ్వాస నిశ్వాసములుగా భావించి
he treated the welfare of his citizens and the protection of the Dharma as his breath.
తన కర్తవ్యమును మంత్రులతో చేరి జరుపుచుండెను.
He discharged his duties along with his ministers.
చిన్నవాడైనప్పటికీ మహాగుణశాలి.
Even though he was young, he was endowed with all the virtues.
ఎట్టి కఠిన సమస్యములైనను అవలీలగా గ్రహించి
whatever the tough situation, he was able to comprehend it properly.
వాటికి తగిన మార్గమును కనిపెట్టి
finding the appropriate solutions for dealing with them.
పరిష్కారము చేయుటయే కాక
not only solving them,
ప్రజారంజకముగా ప్రవర్తించెడివాడు.
he also behaved to the approbation of his citizens, subjects.
దుర్మార్గులైన రాజులకు
for kings who are wicked,
చక్కని గుణపాఠములు నేర్పి
he taught them good lessons in virtue.
వాళ్లను సామధాన భేద దండోపాయములతో శిక్షించి
he used the tools of samadhana danda beda and dana and danda and samadhana beda and danda, that is
సామధాన భేద దండ.
So he, by encouragement with positive words, or being charitable, or showing distance from them, or separate, or giving them punishment, through these he corrected them.
ప్రజానుకూలములను ధర్మరక్షణకు తగిన కర్మలను
for the welfare of his subjects and for the protection of dharma, appropriate actions were taken by him.
కలిగించుచెండేవాడు. He was doing. ఈ విధముగా రఘు మహారాజు
in this manner the king Raghu
పరిపాలన ఆబాల గోపాలము కొనియాడతొడగిది.
So in this manner he was conducting his rulership in and with the protection of cows as well as
ఆబాల గోపాలం అంటే right from children to elders, they were praising him.
Gopala andi
ఆబాల గోపాల, this
just an idiom.
It's an idiom.
It's an idiom. Okay. From to the young to the old, everyone Koniyada means they were celebrating his.
They were praising him. They were praising him. తండ్రిని మించిన బలశాలి.
He was considered more strong than his father.
ధైర్యశాలి, గుణశాలి,
courageous and virtuous.
అను సార్థక నామమును సంపాదించెను.
He earned such a good name.
అరణ్యమున మునులకు
even those who were doing their tapas in the jungles of forests.
సాధువులకు తగిన భద్రతలు
For the rishis and sadhus, according appropriate protection.
వారికి తగిన వసతులను ప్రత్యేకముగా తానే చూచుకొనుచు.
He also made sure that they had the sufficient comforts, and he made sure that he himself directly looked after that.
ఋషుల ఆశీర్వాదములకు,
for the blessings of the rishis,
కృపకు పాత్రుడగుచుండెను.
He became Patruda means he was a recipient of their blessings, and compassion.
That's it.
So I'll stop here. If anyone would like to discuss, Swami nicely described how King Raghu conducted himself and looked after his subjects and protected Dharma and worked for the benefit of everyone around in the city as well as in the jungle or forests. So I will stop here. If anyone would like to comment on any of them or any aspect.
Samadhana Bedadanda has not been translated here.
No, they have translated in a very detailed way. See, they say he wanted them to by peaceful approaches, clever diplomatic tactics, building a little army, openly breaking them.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing.
I think somebody is. They have to mute.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a very common this thing during wars, how they used to follow this Samadhana, Beda, Danda, all the 4 types of what is it called? Techniques to win over the enemy.
So maybe is there something, are these suitable for us also to practice, and how we can learn from this also is something which we can
discuss.
Sai Ram, just a question. How would dana help in a situation against kings, for instance?
So Srija is asking how can dana, being charitable, benefit in achieving something. Anyone would like to share? Srija, even today they talk about carrot and stick.
Right.
So it's the same thing.
Okay.
So you give something, if you offer something, so they will become obliged to behave.
Okay.
So there may be some, generally people are bad because they may be facing some difficulty or challenges also.
Mm-hmm.
In such cases, you try to solve their problems by being charitable, and then they may even behave. They will mend their ways and behave properly. That's depending on the type of people we are dealing with, I guess. Some people just advice is enough. Some people need some inducements.
Right.
So that's what charity, dana here is.
And sama is spoken like words through
Sama is talking very sweetly, giving them advice, applauding them, things like that.
Okay. And Beda?
Yeah. Creating differences in the enemy camp.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Beda also can be, you ignore them, being indifferent.
Okay.
So, not dealing with them. So, for example, if the key movement between the 2 countries can be stopped.
Right.
So
Okay.
that means you show, you separate them. You separate them from you.
Yeah, that's correct.
Cutting them off, with any contact.
Yeah.
And that also can sometimes change people.
Thank you.
Not
Danda
talking.
is punishment.
Danda.
Ulterior
Yeah,
punishment.
that one I knew.
Beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have been using only one technique, I think, so far.
I mean, I'm not sure, Uncle.
Anyone else would like to? So should we? Yes.
The Samadana Danda Pedam. The Pedam, can you please give little more explanation on that, please?
Oh.
So cut it off or something discriminating or something like that?
Sister, I will just give some example which we practice at home.
Okay.
A small child is there, know, you say you are a good boy, you're a good girl, and then that's Sama. Okay, then they will behave good. Even though they are bad, you call them good, they will start behaving good.
Yes.
Okay, that is Sama. Then Dana means you will say, oh, if you behave like a good child, I will give you a chocolate or something like that. That is Dana. Then the child will keep on asking you something, you don't even talk. The mother or father turns away, not talking at all. Then the child will pester, scream, throw tantrum, and then realize nothing is working. Only thing which will work is, so the thing is, by ignoring them, by cutting them out from any communication, they realize this, unless we behave, nothing will work. So that is also a form of punishment, but not giving them any attention, inattention. That is Beda. Danda is final, scold or spank or hit or whatever, which is not allowed in Canada, but I guess any form of violence.
Okay, thank you.
So it is, all these are done not to hurt or harm the person, but to make them good, to correct them. I think that's the whole idea. So you don't hurt or harm them, but use the appropriate tactic to make them become good, transform them. That's the idea.
But here, brother, according to what the wicked king, he punished. He gave severe lessons.
No. That is only if they could not be.
Yeah, and the third wicked king was punished. Severe lesson by him.
Yeah.
So Dandam was given.
No, Dandam was last actually.
Last resort.
Yeah. So Thandam was here too, brother. You cannot say we are not having it, because the people who do bad things here, they are getting the punishment. Even otherwise, though, even from the Mahabharatam, all because of, it's a Thandam at the end, right? Because of to do the right thing or establish the Dharma, there will be a Thandam again.
But in the beginning, Krishna went as a messenger of peace, to Duryodhana's court and asked him. That is Sama. That's one way of that's Sama. And even he was ready to. Pandavas were ready to take only 5 villages. It was enough. They said, "Okay, it's fine. The rest you keep." So that was one of the Dana. And even during the war, many times I think this Bheda was employed to create.
So I think in some ways, even in our own conduct of life, I think all these at a small scale, I think applies to us.
I think, Arun, you have heard of that song, Tyagaraja song. Tarsa Samadana Beda Danda Chatura Sati Daivame He Brove. Tyagaraja sings to Rama.
I see.
Sai Ram, How?
Arasa Samadana Beda Danda Chatura. That song is, no?
Yeah, this song.
Yeah.
Sarasa Samadana Veda Danta Chatra.
Yes, Sister Anand.
Sai Ram, how God uses these stages on us. When God, they says good boy or good girl to us, in the starting, how we would realize that stage, or I don't know, the first stage. I know definitely the last stage, we all, would experience easily the last two stages. The first two stage, the good boy or good girl stage. I don't know how I would feel that stage in myself, when something, um, I want to know that, I know in the political system or in the family system, how to differentiate with the examples, we have discussed. But in the spiritual stage, uh, how we can experience the first two stages, good boy, good girl stage, or maybe little more, the carrot stage, or the Veda stage, maybe how God will tell, okay, this is the good one, bad one, those two stages, how we will experience those two stages before we encounter the the separation and the punishment and those things. Maybe can we elaborate on those two stages?
Okay, thank you, Sister, for the question. So, Sister Anandi would like us to discuss or anyone to share. Does God apply these techniques on us for our spiritual progress? And if He is applying them, how are we to know that He is applying them? So I think that's what I understood from her question. So does God apply, and how will we know which stage, which tactic is being used on us?
Exactly, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone? Does God use at all? And if He uses, how do we know? Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
I think in our modern sense, these are techniques for conflict resolution, right? So if we are in conflict with God, then yes, He will be using it. So if there is, if we are not in conflict, I don't think there is a need for Him to use it. Is my feeling. I think it's a reflection of our own. Swami says, how far is God from you? As far as you are from yourself. So I don't know if there is a real need for God to use these techniques with us, because He's not in conflict with us.
So I think Sister Anandi's question is, I think, based on the fact that we have to be transformed. What is Swami doing to transform us, and what technique is He using to transform us? Because it's in this case also, Emperor Raghu was trying to reform people who are bad, kings who are bad. So I think Sister Anandi's feels we are also not that good. So how is Swami going about transforming us? Yes, Brother Rohit.
Sai Ram, uncle. So I think this is, in my understanding, this is a multifaceted question. So, I mean, I think we can start with approaching as to how a person takes Swami. What is the relationship between, like Swami has said, right? Yad bhavan tad bhavati, right? So, however you relate to me, I relate to you the same way. I'm simply a reflection of your feelings towards me. So, if somebody takes Swami as a mother, father, then you will experience that motherly love or that fatherly tough love, or however you know that kind of experience from your own parents, you'll be able to relate those experiences. But if you take Swami as a guru, then you will be able to relate it in a teacher disciple relationship, you will find those aspects within that. But if you also take Swami as somebody who's far away as a god, then obviously you might need a separate teacher to make you understand the teachings of Swami, because you have yourself put Swami far away. So all these aspects I think are very personal to every sadhaka. And I mean, if we had to define it, the Swami has already defined it. Samadhan, that's the definition. But the aspect of it which I feel we are looking to see, I think it will be personal for every sadhaka. It would depend on their relationship with Swami, and those things are not set in stone, because all these experiences vary from person to person. It's like asking somebody, it's like comparing two children and trying to find similarities between their relationship with their own parents. Each relationship is unique. So that's what I think. So I think we have to we have to dwell in our own relationship with Swami to see if we dwell deep enough with our, so far in our experiences. I think we will be able to find how some of these facets have been we have experienced in our relationship with Swami. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you very much, Rohit. Yes, Srija.
Sai Ram uncle, I think Swami in his physical sojourn, we've heard so many stories where Swami has physically done these things, right? He's yelled at students, or he just ignores students if they do something, ultimately wanting us to do self-reflection, right? And I think going off of what Brother Rohit said, I think as we go through life and as we encounter moments, when we do a mistake for the first time versus when we do it repeatedly, I think we can experience that the various ways in which Swami helps us self-reflect. That's what I think, because I think Swami we've heard stories where Swami has done this physically, and I think it's for us to then, as Brother Rohit said, build that relationship and find ways to see how Swami is telling us to self-reflect.
Okay. Thank you, Srija. Anyone else?
In spiritual spiritual path, Sister Ananti asked that how Swami uses that Samadhana Veda Danda. No, I feel Swami will use that Samadhana Veda. He never uses the Danda with his devotees, because he wants us to come close to him. He wants us to improve ourselves. So he never punishes his devotees. He may, sometimes no, he will ignore us. That ignorance is a great punishment for a devotee. See, when we want something from Swami, sometimes Swami will never look. We have seen now so many devotees. Swami will never look for a small mistake. I told this incident previously also, when in Chennai there was one Balavikash Guru, Mr. Kuppaswamy sir. I don't know what mistake he did. He did very small mistake. For the small mistake, when he came to Chennai, he didn't turn to Kuppaswamy sir. Kuppaswamy sir was crying. Swami never turned up. But after some time, Swami himself gave him the opportunity, gave him a job at Puttaparthi and take him to Puttaparthi. That negligence itself is a danda. That is one. He never use. He may use that. What is that? Vedam. But Samadhana means he will send us messages by various ways. We will get messages by reading his scriptures, or somebody will tell us something, and somehow he will send us messages. That is Samadhana. And that Vedam he definitely he will use, but Dandam he never uses. That's what I think.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother, yes, I am just thinking, Dandam Swami never used. Also, I'm just thinking, not anything that Swami. I think Dandam how you take it. Maybe sometime Swami ignoring also is a danda, right? So it's all, I think all these things are, it's a lesson for that particular person. Even in this paragraph, where the wicked king was given a severe lesson only. So by like going for war or having this fights and all, at the end, if you are doing with a good intention, he was here, he was giving a lesson for that wicked king. So like that, whatever Swami is giving a punishment also, I think he is giving one, you, sometime you feel it, right? You are repeating something and you are getting it, then you will think in your own self, oh, this is what, okay, this is something that I had to go through, kind of. So it's I will say, I would say in Swami's thing also, it may be happening. It's all in individual basis, they will realize it, but everything is for your own good, kind of only. You have to look at it in spiritual perspective. Thank you, Sai.
Thank you, sister. See, I think I will again go back to Sister Anand's question. Because when Swami was physically present, we can understand because of the physical interaction. At least those who were exposed to it were able to directly perceive that whatever Swami was employing. But now Swami is not physically present, or at least we cannot see it. So is it only Bheda that he is applying? Or other two are not present? Is the question which Sister Anandi would like to know. That's why she said, how do we know that Swami is employing Sama to us? Do we just imagine that Swami is doing Sama, or do we imagine that Swami is doing Dana? Or should we always think Swami is always showing only Bheda? And so only one technique is using for except the other three. I think that's the question. So her question was, how do I know today that Swami is using Sama towards me or Dana towards me, so that I can spiritually progress? Sister Anandi, am I?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's what I really meant.
Yes, thank you very
Yeah.
much. So I will, again, Sai Ram, Sister Shilpa.
Sai Ram, when students want to take some task, some seva for Swami, then Swami will easily provide them time, resources, some unknown help. Like my daughter wanted to go to Parthi for seva. Swami has provided everything for her, from time to tickets, everything, like all was well managed. So it is not like Swami is not here. He's here. He's with us, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sister. So Sister Shilpa has told us how Swami uses Dana. When we want to do something good, Swami will make everything available. All arrangements are made. As you know, it's like a miracle. Everything happens, and that is one way Swami encourages us to do that. So Dana has come through. So now Sama and Danda, we will just say, can we also figure out if Swami uses Dana?
Sai Ram, Swami uses Sama. He gives us experiences. He gives us like dreams to take that to lead us towards that path. Sai Ram.
Can you? I didn't catch, sister. Can you again repeat, please?
Sai Ram, Swami like guides us through dreams or through miracles, something that he will make you with very lovely. Like for me, he came to my dream to bring me in his fold. So that is a Sama, like how sorry, my English is weak, but the thing is, he will provide you everything, not only Dharma, but the resource. Like he will start with very low, like sing a bhajan. He told me, sing a bhajan, Silpa. So he came to the dream to lead me. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, sister. So, sister says even in dreams, Swami will come and encourage us with some positive words. That's one way. Very nice. I think, one more thing we can say is in life, every experience we have in this world also can be seen that Swami is only working through other people and circumstances. Sometimes people will say good things about us. That also can be an encouragement. We can say Swami makes these people speak good. Then Swami can make the same people say some bad also. So it can work out to be done there. So I think those are also possible situations. Yes, Sister Sumati.
As Bhanuaka said, Swami never punishes, but he disciplined with kindness always. That's what I think.
Okay. Thank you, sister.
Sai Ram, uncle.
Yes, Rohit.
No, and just one small thing. I think we have discussed this multiple times yet about Danda, right? Like Swami. I think there are actually quite a few stories. I mean, if you listen to some of these talks by usually, there's this group of three brothers from Prashanti Bhajan group, brother Ravi Kumar, brother Ramayan, brother Siddharth. There's multiple talks on them across YouTube. They just did one recently as well. They actually they have spoken. They have spoken quite a few incidents where Swami has expressed that anger for students when they did not follow. So there have been instances where Swami has shown that motherly love in the form of an anger. So I think, yeah, I mean those talks are very beneficial if anybody wants to gain an insight as to how Swami would behave in a personal manner with the students. I think I highly recommend those talks if one wants to explore more. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. If there's no one, maybe I will share something. So I know of an instance where Sai Ram Sanjay.
Sorry. No, I just wanted to clarify what I said earlier.
Yes, please.
See, yeah. See, I think we sometimes perceive things as a distance or as though this was a kind, good word or whatever. If we really look at it if we can even manage to look at it, for a brief instant from the perspective of what Swami has defined for us as a journey, which is going back to the source. And if we are able to completely understand or not understand that, if we're able to completely internalize that, then what can be a punishment? What can be a Veda? Is it even imaginable? If everything that as you also said and others have said, even if the kind word comes from another person or a harsh word comes from another person, if all of that is meant to just push us a little bit further towards him, can we call it punishment? Can we call it as Swami ignoring us? Is what I meant to say earlier. So from Swami's perspective, it is all he does is to bring us back to him, and he does. There is no underlying quote unquote conflict for which he has to deploy these things per se, is what I mean. And all of it is just to bring us back to him. We may perceive it as, oh, Swami is not listening to my prayer. Swami, I'm failing here and I'm not getting any encouragement from you. Or we may say like, Swami, you're ignoring me. but all of it is at the end of the day just to bring us back close to Him. And so that's where I was coming from. Yeah, just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Sanjay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I think based on all what we have heard, I think we should always feel that Swami is guiding us in some way or other. We have to constantly do self-reflection to see how we can go closer, because we only determine whether we are far or we are close. And we may perceive events in life in various angles as positive, negative, punishment, or indifference. But it's all because of our own state of mind. So whatever the situation is, whatever the experience is, if we do self-reflection and correct ourselves wherever we can, I think that's what matters, rather than categorizing them into each of these categories of tactics employed by Swami. Because Swami is the same at all times, is I think Sanjay's point. Thank you, Sanjay. So I hope we had a good discussion, so ultimately we can use every experience and flip it in such a way that we move towards the Lord. Whether it's a positive, negative, or disappointing or not, in every opportunity can be used as a stepping stone towards going towards the Lord. I think that's the way we should go about. Yes, Sai Ram, Sister Anandi.
Certainly, it's a wonderful discussion. I got what I wanted to. The all brothers and sisters they put together as a package. It's really wonderful. Thank you.
Sai Ram, Sister. Thank you. Any other thing which I think we have also heard, we have to look at happiness of subjects was what Raghu was doing. But that means our own life also should be dedicated to the happiness of people around. And also benefit for the world. And then that also we can, I think all of us can practice. That also comes through. Yes, Sai Ram, Sanjay, please go ahead.
Sai Ram, no, I wanted to exactly what you were just saying. It's so beautiful how Swami says in this section here about the two are as vital as breath. The happiness of the subjects combined with promotion of righteousness. Swami is trying to draw our attention to one alone is not enough. Both of them are equally necessary. It's such a good learning for even in if you're a manager in an office, or if you're you're overseeing some a group of people. It is not enough to just ignore one and just work towards the other. There is no point in being extremely righteous or right while the people reporting to you are unhappy all the time. It's interesting how Swami mentions those two things have to go hand in hand, as vital as breath. I thought that was one interesting thing.
Very nice, Sanjay. I think it applies to every human interaction, even parents bringing up children. Most parents want their children to be happy, but are they equally looking at that they are righteous? They think it's their duty to keep them happy, but it's a duty to also put them in the right path. So I think very, very nicely pointed out, Sanjay. So sometimes we take the easy. Otherwise, we are trying to correct the children or others so much that they just don't want to see us. They hate us. Both not useful. One without the other. So very, very nicely put. So one is breathe in, one is breathe out. So I think very nicely put, and I think it's very good. A practical instruction for from Swami, so that in all of our interactions with people, we make sure that they're happy. At the same time, that doesn't give them, make them be a bad person. Both are equally important. Thank you.
Yeah, it goes back to the what is the point in being so principled that the people around you are so miserable, right? So it's a tough lesson. I mean, I don't have an answer, but it's only drawing the attention to that. People have be principled, but people around you also have to be happy. That's a tough combination. One other thing that if I could maybe you can make sure that the Telugu portion of it also may explain more clearly. I found what Swami says here. However tough the problem happened to be, he grasped it quickly. That is such a useful thing to imbibe. Most of the times we tend to jump at a solution even before we have really understood the problem. And I thought that was really interesting, because subsequently then comes the Samadhana Beda Danda. Once you've grasped the problem, understood the problem, because we might sometimes end up going to the Danda before we have understood the problem. So I thought that was also extremely interesting, the way Swami highlights that.
Okay, very nice. So just read the Telugu. Swami says, Etti Kathina Samasyalainanu Avalilaga Grahinchi. That means, however tough the problem was, he will quickly and
grasp it.
With felicity, he was able to grasp. Vatiki Tagina Margamunu. So appropriate, he dealt with them in the most appropriate way. Kanipatti Pariskaramu Cheyutayekaka. So Swami, any problem we should properly understand, as you said, rather than jumping to action.
Parishkaramu is solving
Solution.
Solving the problem.
Brother, one more thing was highlighted is a quickly.
Yes.
Postponing and waiting for some time. Problem. You don't want it to escalate. You have to quickly resolve it.
Yeah.
Ram uncle, what was that incident you were trying to tell earlier?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. To hear that.
I thought it would have escaped.
No.
I know of a situation where, once, students had the, I think, fortune of, facing some of these from Swami, Swami will, call somebody and praise them in front of others. Sama, Dana, he may give some, materialize and give something or something, some toys or trinkets. Also Swami does. Or he will take them somewhere, that which is again Dana. Then, of course, Beda Swami will not even look at you, smile. Then all these gives us an opportunity to excel. So I think everyone said Swami doesn't do danda. So there was one situation which is very close to me. I will not let you know who the person was. Swami once slapped. Once students surrounded. Swami was not talking to the students for a while. So a few students said, Swami, we are just going to surround Swami and, tell him that he has to talk to us. So a few students jumped one day and surrounded Swami and said, Swami, please. And Swami said, move. No one moved. Swami told them again 2-3 times, they didn't. Then Swami slapped one fellow hard. And so this person was very upset. Because when Swami slapped, he said, you all were making mistakes or something like that. And then he said, Swami, I didn't make the mistake. Then Swami told him, if others made the mistake, it's your job to tell them. And then Swami slapped. So this person was very upset. He said, I didn't make the mistake. Yes, maybe the people who were doing the mistake were big. I cannot go and tell them. And then Swami slapped me for not doing anything. So he was very upset. So he was 2-3 days passed. Then Swami sent word to one professor to go and talk to this fellow. He says, he is not even coming near me. You go and talk. So this person came and spoke to this person. Then Swami told him, "See, why are you are upset with Swami? You are not even, coming anywhere near. Why are you like that?" Then he said, "Swami, it was not very fair on Swami's part to do this." So then that person had told him, "See, look here, at home your mother is there and you and a few friends come and they are all playing and you all made a mischief. Your mother will call all of you and she will scold all of you. But if she wants to hit, she will only hit her own child. So you should feel that Swami hit you only because Swami felt you were his child." So with that, it completely changed, the situation. So I thought I'll just share. Swami has employed like that, and sometimes even punishment. Swami will say, send the person out of the hostel, things like that, or from the ashram, things like that. Also, Swami has done. Yeah, at the physical level, Swami has employed this. So I'm sure indirectly he does things, but all these, whatever he did with love, with the sole purpose of changing the direction in which we are traveling. In Tamil, there is something called Thaduthu Aatkolra. If you're going somewhere, you first have to block the person and then reform. So the Lord always does things like that. If you Ramavatara, he has punished so many people. That's why Tyagaraja is singing. We have used Samadhana Danda Veda, So in this avatar, of course, Swami did not wield any weapons, but his love itself was a weapon, So I'll stop there. I hope I thought it's just an aside because having been a witness to an incident like that, I thought I would just share.
In Tamil, we say, vittu pidikirudhu. Vittu pidikirudhu. Loosen it and then tighten it. Yeah.
So there but it's as Sanjay said, love is the only thing. We may perceive it differently, because of our own limitations. So the thing in this case, what I wanted to point out was, Swami was very loving even when he did that. But you don't perceive the love. You only see one aspect, one side, and you get. See, many people would have liked Swami to hit them because Swami touched you. But how we perceive, if a slight pat, we are very happy. We should be equally happy when there's a slap. So I think that's all right, I would say. I think it's 10:15 and we can close the session for today and meet again next week. And we can contemplate on Samadhana Danda Veda. And what should be our breathing in and breathe out. Very nice. Sai Ram, everyone. We will close with our closing prayers. Sai Ram. Om. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai Ram.